Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Angel, back here for Wrestle Relaunch. And today we're reviewing January 8th. Sorry, we're not reviewing January 8th. We're reviewing Monday Night Raw from January 8th, 2024. And once again, live here from my job. I'm finished up with everything and I have 40 minutes of free time to record. So before I go home and, go back to a loud house and work on some projects, I say, why not record my Raw review right now, work on the thumbnail on the bus ride home, the 1 hour bus ride home, and then uploading it right after then. So, tonight, or on January 8th, which is today's Friday, tonight is SmackDown. I'm probably going to watch it later tonight. But they kicked off Raw with the package for Cody versus Shinsuke, and then Drew was in the ring cutting a promo, calling out many people and calling out himself, not himself, but, championship stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then Punk comes out, the best part of the night. Their promo was so good. He basically goes off on Punk. Punk is just there smirking, chilling, taking it in. He says his words. And they go in a war of words. It was really good. And then he goes, and basically who will be main eventing WrestleMania and who's going to be winning the Rumble. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that. Drew and Punk, that's going to be fun. That was honestly a great start to Raw. Fucking it had me hooked and it had me watching. They're live from Portland, Oregon, which is Roddy Piper City. There you go. That shit was pretty dope. Moving forward, it was Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor, and I think Finn Balor had Damien on his corner, and Tommaso Ciampa had Johnny Gargano on his corner. I don't know if this is for like a opportunity at the belts. I can't remember, but this was fun. This was a fun match. They double team, of course, DIY double teamed on Priest. Sorry, I'm blanking out on what happened. I do remember that after the interfering. I'm just trying to see. I think Johnny did help him win the match, if I remember, but I could be wrong. And then, I'm glad that they're utilizing the tag division. It was fun to see the Creed brothers the week prior. I don't remember that was last week or a couple weeks ago, but the Creed brothers match was pretty fun. Hopefully they do get a tag team title match. Hopefully they split up the tag team titles again to get more range of tag teams, but we'll see. Up next was Kofi versus Ludwig Kaiser, and it ended up in a double countout. I usually hate double countouts. I watched this match fully, but they're playing in the story of what happened last week with Giovanni Vinci's injury. So Ludwig's injuring Kofi Kingston, and yesterday or this morning there was a news report that Sheamus and Xavier Woods were returning back. So I wouldn't be surprised if they throw in Xavier Woods in the mix. But yeah, it was a good, a short match when they were in there, and then he started beating the shit out of Kofi. He threw a chair at him. He said, "Fuck you, this is for Giovanni Vinci," and smacked the shit out of him. Up next was your favorite Nia Jax. She vowed to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. Yep, she's like, because I think she was 30 last year. But yep, she basically called out Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley came out and talked her shit and went off on to Nia Jax, and then she just walked out and said, yep. Up next, this tag team match was fun. It was Carter and Chance versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. This match was a lot of fun. I watched this match. It was a women's tag team title match. The finish was hella funny. So you had Chelsea Green on the floor, and Piper Niven was about to go for her splash. Her I didn't know. Well, I don't know what hers version of it's called, but I don't remember I don't want to get it wrong, but we'll just say her version of the move. But and they had, I think it was Katana. I think it was Carter, that was there, and then Chance pulls her out, and she's holding on to Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green's now under Piper Niven, and she's not paying attention, and she did her move, and then she landed on her own partner, and then they took advantage of Doudrop, and 1, 2, 3. No, not advantage of Doudrop. They took out Doudrop, and then they went after Chelsea Green with their finishing move, and this shit was funny as hell. 1, 2, 3, and they retained their belts. Up next was probably the shit of the night. It was R-Truth explains his love for the Judgment Day. It was the best shit I ever seen. The best package I ever seen. Like, this shit was hilarious. He put himself with him and how he was there for every historical Judgment Day moment, from when they were babies to older, and when Damien won the Money in the Bank, and when Rhea won the Rumble, and when all these accomplishments, he put himself there. Was hilarious, and I kind of want to get the merch. It's pretty funny. And then fast forwarding that to that, it was The Miz versus JD McDonough alongside R-Truth and Dominic Mysterio, but The Miz won because, I mean, I guess you could say small distractions, not even from R-Truth, but he was cheering them on. And then I think I remember them right after that, they had like a promo. Yeah, well, they say he was distracted by R-Truth, but I think he was distracted by Dominic. But yeah, Miz took him out with the Skull Crusher finale, and I think they showed a package of the Judgment Day laughing after that thing and saying that they'll take care of him later. I think next week it's Miz and no, I don't remember if it was Damian Priest, and it's Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus, I think, Miz and R-Truth. I don't know if that's true. Can't remember. Up next is probably the most hilarious, because I can talk about it, thing of the night. Not most hilarious because of what happened on Twitter and online, was Jinder Mahal claimed to be disrespected and picked a fight with Seth. So he picks a fight, he gets a World Heavyweight title match next week, and then Tony Khan tweets about why the hell he gets a world title match after lostness, and then he gets called out. No, he responded to a USA Network tweet saying stuff about like, what'd you think of the cage match ratings? And then, he bought into it, and he got mad at that, and they started attacking off Jinder Mahal getting a world title opportunity, and people were like, what about Hook? It's kind of the same thing. And then it was just hilarious. Tony Khan's a stupid goof. Up next, it was an impressive match. Also, a little note is I can't wait to see Jinder versus Rollins on Raw. I don't know why there's a hype for me to watch it, because I just think it's gonna be funny. Up next was Ivar versus Otis. Fantastic match of these ginormous human beings. My favorite spot of the match was when Ivar went on the middle rope and jumped on top of Otis, and Otis caught him and splashed him. That shit was insane. With the Mark Henry's finisher, that shit was insane. He caught like a 600-pounder in midair. Like, that shit was insane. Ivar is insane for the giant beast he is. He's insane. He can do fucking cartwheels, flips, fucking lucha moves. It's insane. He is so impressive. It's so fucking nuts. Note to self, I forgot to mention earlier that Shinsuke attacked Cody Rhodes backstage, and now the main event is a street fight, which is kind of goofy. But yeah, Cody versus Shinsuke in a street fight match. I saw that literally the night before. I went to a live event the night before Raw, and I was front row. I met Cody, and I met Rollins, and I met Asuka. I met Drew McIntyre again, met Bianca, and Akira Tozawa. But it was basically the same match, just with a little bit more added to it. I feel like this should be it. I mean, as much as I wish it was just a normal regular match instead of a street fight. Because I like both competitors in the ring. I like both competitors in the ring, but I just felt like this was just that Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke. I don't know. I feel like Shinsuke deserves a win. I don't know. I feel like he deserved a win in this entire feud that they had going on. Cody obviously won. And that was basically it. That was Raw. Good start. My favorite part was definitely the promos. The promos were probably my favorite of the night. I enjoyed Punk and Drew opening. I enjoyed the R-Truth segment. So yeah, I thought it was fun. That was a lot of fun. It was mainly the segments that carried for me. And Ivar versus Otis was definitely fun. And Cody versus Shinsuke was alright. I just can't wait for the Royal Rumble. But that's what I thought about Raw. Let me know what you guys think about Raw in the comments if you guys have or haven't. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, And if you guys enjoyed Raw, it sounds like a great thing. Because to me, Raw's hella dope. And hopefully next week is as good as this week, as they have been on top and they've been very hot products for a fat minute. And the future for WWE looks insanely bright, and I can't wait for the road to WrestleMania. The Rumble is what I'm mainly super duper duper excited for. The Rumble seems to be insanely fun to see, because you have a bunch of stories, you have a bunch of stuff. Like you got Cody to main event, or you got Punk to main event. You can have Drew, you can have Jay, you can have Sami Zayn. There's a lot of instincts in there, which, I mean, I have my pick. My pick is Punk, but you know what I mean? And then Elimination Chambers in Perth, you have The Rock. You didn't even know. The Rock could be in the Rumble and win it, and so it pissed me off if The Rock won. I'm not a huge Rock fan. I love The Rock from 20 years ago, but I don't like The Rock now. The Rock is just, I don't know, The Rock, I don't know how to really describe it for The Rock, but The Rock is not my thing right now. He really is not. He doesn't, I think he's just a bitch. He's just a son of a bitch. That son of a bitch is coming back to WWE now. And he had all this time. He had all pandemic time too to come back and do something. But you know. Did he? No, he didn't even appear for Hollywood Raw WrestleMania. If I could be on crack, but he didn't show up at all. So there was that. I am opening up a Discord server very soon. I'm working on it for members of the channel. To free to join, talk about wrestling, chat about wrestling, and maybe have some of you guys on the podcast and speak about wrestling, and hopefully something amongst the links. So yeah, that's what I plan on for the next couple future for the Wrestle Relaunch. I'm gonna watch SmackDown, and I might review SmackDown. It seems to be like you guys love to listen to the Raw reviews, which I appreciate very much. I appreciate all the people that listen to you. You don't understand the gratitude that I have. I'm very tired, so I sound dead right now. I'm sorry if I sound really dead in half of the videos. I'm just I've been very sick, and I've been fighting sicknesses for the past 6 weeks. I keep getting sick back to back, and it's been really bad, and I can't really afford to go to the hospital. And what's it called? So yeah, so don't even think about me being unenthusiastic. I'm very enthusiastic to do this, and I appreciate everyone that listens and clicks. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, and how many people are. I just appreciate the people that do listen. And if you guys do listen, don't be afraid to comment. I love responding to comments and replying to comments and seeing everyone's opinions and views of things. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one, and have a great one. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you on the SmackDown review in probably a couple of days. See ya. Take care.